controversy surrounding Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Joseph Vijay's decision to scrap the proposed 27,400 crore rupee Greenfield Airport at Parandur, what would have been Chennai's second airport and much needed one at that, continues to rage on. Now, what's important to remember is that the decision to scrap it is not new. After all, this was one of the TVK's major poll promises. And coming back to the project itself, cleared by the previous DMK government, the proposed Parandur Airport had faced over 1,000 days of protests over the intended acquisition of farmlands and the decision to build the airport over water bodies and residential settlements. But the decision also raises some immediate questions. What happens to the roughly 1,700 acres of private land already acquired? What becomes of the money already spent and the infrastructure planned around the airport? And how quickly can the government identify an alternative site without compromising on Chennai's future aviation capacity? The DMK on its part has called the decision an irreversible setback to Tamil Nadu's growth. So is its objection to the scrapping of Parandur itself, or to the absence of a ready alternative? And more importantly, the hypothetical selection of an alternative site notwithstanding, is the politics over Parandur likely to continue for the foreseeable future? Joining us now to discuss all this and more is DMK spokesperson A. Saranan. Mr. Saranan, thank you so much for joining us on South Central today. My first question to you, beyond the DMK's opposition to the scrapping of the Parandur Airport project, is your principal objection is simply that the government cancel the project without first announcing an alternative site or a timeline? So could you explain the DMK's principal position on this?
Everybody understands how important Parandur Airport is for the future of the state of Tamil Nadu. Everybody also understands that the Meenambakkam Airport cannot be improved, whether it's like quantity-wise, because there are two intersectional runways. We don't have parallel runways in Meenambakkam, so there is no question of improving it or extending it. The capacity of Meenambakkam Airport cannot be augmented. This is the first problem. That is why we wanted to find an airport which will be of greater utility in the future, which will have the capacity to handle 100 million passengers a year. So this is the idea behind Parandur Airport. And we completed all the processes. 90% of land acquisition was completed. And now suddenly Mr. Vijay drops the bombshell that Parandur Airport is cancelled. This line, Parandur Airport is cancelled. Apart from that, there is nothing more. He just walks into the assembly under the 110 rule, says Parandur Airport is cancelled. How can that happen in a democratic society? It's not possible. It should not happen that way.
But Mr. Saranan, you will agree with me, I'm sure, and also recall that Parandur in fact became a deeply emotive issue, with villagers protesting for nearly 1,000 days over the impact the project would have on water bodies, homes and farmlands in the vicinity. Looking back, do you reckon that the DMK government possibly could have engaged more sufficiently with the protesters? Could it have possibly prevented the issue from snowballing into an election promise first and then eventually its cancellation?
There is one aspect behind this cancellation. That is the massive ego of the Chief Minister, Mr. Vijay. Oh, this is the place where I started my political career. This is the protest which marked my political career. So I will mark it as a success. I have the power now, so I'm using it, exercising it to massage my own ego. Apart from that, there is nothing more to it. We took care of everything. The villagers were protesting, and we ensure that they do not go unheard. That is why I mentioned 90% of the protesters or the land have been acquired. How was it made possible? There is only one village which was still protesting, which is still there. Everybody else have moved out. So any project, take for example the metro project. Metro project, how many houses were wrecked? How many businesses have gone defunct? How many people have lost their lives? But did they not give out their properties, houses, business establishments? For what? for the greater common good. You cannot build an airport without acquiring a farmland, without destroying water bodies, without displacing people. It's not possible. Wherever in the state of Tamil Nadu, you will not be able to get an unencumbered, dry wasteland up to the tune of 5,000 acres. Where will they find it? So this is their ego, nothing else.
Right. Now, Mr. Saranan, I want to see where this goes from here. I mean, could the decision to cancel Parandur now be challenged in court? Is that legal option available? And is the DMK likely to pursue that route? And if not, how quickly must the government actually go about identifying and beginning work on another site simply to avoid delaying Chennai's second airport?
See. With regard to this legal process, that's what I said. Did this government commission any study? Did this government get the opinion of any experts? Is Mr. Vijay an ecology expert? Or anybody from TVK, an expert on farmlands, on water management? On what basis can they derail? On what basis can they say, no, this project is cancelled? What basis? See, there should be continuance. Just because you have come to power doesn't mean that you can take Tughlaqi decisions. This is not governance. This is Tughlaq Darbar at its best, at its finest. If you look at how this process has gone ahead, this was not taken by one single government. This decision was not brought into effect by a single man deciding. Various authorities, various agencies of the union government, of the state government decided, conducted feasibility studies at 5 sites in and around Chennai. Then they chose Parandur. Can you, just like that, in a one-time statement, say, I'm cancelling? What about the crores and crores of money that has been dropped in? People have got money and moved out. What will you do with that? And the land acquisition laws are very clear. You cannot use that land for any other purpose than the purpose for which you have acquired it. I don't know whether they thought about all these legal consequences. They want to satisfy the leader's ego. So there are a lot of nobody there has the courage to point out to Mr. Vijay that the state of Tamil Nadu's welfare, the welfare of the people of Tamil Nadu is more important than his ego and than his symbolic Pyrrhic victory. I think that is the point here. Legally, we don't know. We have not taken any decision on that. The leadership will take a call how to move forward, which will be the best way, whether to mobilize public support or to take the legal route or do whatever it takes to ensure that Parandur becomes a reality. This is one aspect of the question. The other thing is, if not Parandur, then where? If not now, then when? Our former finance minister, Mr. Tangam Tenarasu, was on record. He said, okay, if the project starts now, within 3 months, 3 years, we'll be able to finish the construction. If Mr. Vijay or the TVK government finds an alternative site, I'm sure they will not be able to find anything. If they do that, how long is it going to take? 10 years? We don't know. So they have effectively put the growth of the state of Tamil Nadu on hold. They have put the economic interest of the state of Tamil Nadu on hold to satisfy their fragile egos.
No, but what you're saying actually opens up a very interesting legal question, and I'd like to stay with that for just a bit. Now, the land in question was acquired specifically to build an airport. So what you're saying is if the airport is no longer being built, can that land legally be used for another purpose? Could the government's reported proposal, for instance, for an IT park and not an airport, or an IT campus for that matter at Parandur, actually face legal hurdles?
See, they'll not be able to do anything else there. It's not possible. You cannot do that. An IT park in Parandur? I don't know who are giving them these kind of ideas. See, these are all knee-jerk comments, knee-jerk reactions. They never thought this will become it will bring such a big backlash. So they're afraid of the backlash now. So they're giving just silly reasons. Oh, we will build an IT park there. We will bring this there. We will bring that there. It's not going to work that way.
Right, finally, before I let you go, Mr. Saranan, if the TVK government quickly identifies another site and begins acquiring land, would it then receive the support across party lines to build Chennai's second airport? Or do you think the political battle over Parandur is all set to continue?
Yeah, see, Jude, we'll have to understand one thing. There is no other site within the 200-kilometer radius of Chennai which would be feasible to have an airport. I'm saying 200-kilometer radius. If they're able to find one, then the price they're going to pay, the political price, the economical price, the ecological price, the human price, who's going to bear that? So this is not just a political issue. This is about the future of the state of Tamil Nadu. This is a foolhardy decision. I don't know how they're going to substantiate this. And the people of Tamil Nadu are watching this. These kind of clownish acts are not going to be easily taken by the people of Tamil Nadu. There is no reason. There is no reason at all for cancellation of this project except that the statement of Mr. Vijay that I will cancel if I got elected to power. There were several other promises, bro. Have you done anything? You promised that you will waive off all the farm loans. You promised that women can free travel anywhere across the state. You promised 6 cylinders. You promised so many other things. You did not do anything. But this is easy because it has to just become a statement. That's it. You'll have to make a statement and everything goes off. So people will judge you